Well, welcome to this episode of Life Recovery Chats. We're going to be looking at step 7 today, then I'll be going over some key points in it. Step 7 is that we humbly ask God to remove our shortcomings. So this step, just like all the ones that have preceded it, is a step of humility. Let's look at the first key point. Humility is key. As through the entire 12-step process, it's important always to remember that humility is a strength and not a weakness. It's not weak to take a low position. It's not weak to say that my ways don't work. It's not weak to realize that in your own strength, you don't have the power to overcome. It's not weak to say that God is God and you are not. The next key point I want to make about this step is that humility helps us see ourselves in totality. Pride blinds us from seeing clearly. As long as we're walking in pride, we will never experience a life of full recovery. Once we embrace humility, we begin to see ourselves as we truly are. We don't try to put up walls or masks trying to make ourselves look better than we actually are. We're able to embrace ourselves with all our strengths and with all our flaws. The next key point about this step is that we want to let go and let God. We want to release our own ways and we want to conform our will to God's will. And so that is where we're at in this step process, is we have already made that decision. We've surrendered to God. And now we're ready for God to remove our shortcomings. We're ready for Him to remove our defects of character. And in this, we simply come to Him humbly, admitting that our way doesn't work, and we're asking Him to help us in removing these shortcomings. The next key point I want to make is that this step is to be worked daily, moment by moment. This step becomes a part of who we are. As we realize and we see these weaknesses in ourselves, which we should have gained some insight as we did our inventory lists, we don't just stop there. Every day we take inventory, as we'll see as this step process continues. But it's something that every day we look at our lives and we wonder and put forth those areas that are shortcomings. We admit them. We bring them to God and we ask for His help in seeing them removed from our lives. The next key point I want to make is that it's not just about sobriety from the addiction. It's about becoming a person of character, truthfulness, integrity, and self-respect. This is really, I would say, the core of what the 12 steps are really about. It's so much more than overcoming addiction. Some people just simply want the addiction out of their lives, but they're not willing to embrace the change that needs to occur within themselves in order to see that happen consistently and in the long term. And the 12 steps, as you go through them, you begin to realize that there is change that needs to happen in you. And the great thing about it is that you're able to then begin to proceed to become a better person. You allow God in His refining of you to make you into the person that He actually created you to be. He created us to be people of character. He created us to walk in truthfulness. He wants us to be people of integrity and have self-respect. And so as we go through this 12-step process, we realize it's about becoming the person that God has always created us to be, not just simply being free of addiction, but becoming a whole and good person. The final key point to this is that if our step 6 has been truly complete, then this step is actually fairly simple. Ask, and you shall receive. God bless you all. I hope you join me for the next video in Life Recovery Chats, and I wish you the best in your journey of sobriety and freedom from addictions. God bless you.